everybody. That's nice that you clapped like I was Beyonce. That makes me feel really good. So, hi. Thank you for the intro. Okay, I'll just start. At age 4, I wanted to be a doctor. At 10, I wanted to be a fashion designer. At 15, I wanted to be maybe a social worker or a psychologist of some sort. And my entire first year at college, I was completely undecided in what I wanted to major in. Completely. And now, let's fast forward to my junior year in college. I felt pretty stuck. I had declared my major in journalism and minor in sociology the year before, but I was undecided in what I wanted to do with the degree after I graduated. And so, I mean, I love to write and blog, and I like to play around with multimedia production. As shy and awkward as I could be sometimes, I actually enjoyed interviewing people for my news stories. But I also loved learning and advocating for sociological issues and race-related issues and child education and women's issues and everything. I really enjoyed it, and the list goes on. So I guess I was just a little unclear on what I wanted, like what my direction was after I graduated. And so now let's fast forward. I'm in class one day and I'm Googling, not paying attention, and I came across the Corral Fellowship, and I clicked on it and I read the description, and it seemed pretty awesome. And then a light bulb went off for me, because I've been looking for something that combines my passion for communications and social change issues, but I couldn't put my finger on what to call it. So public interest communications had a nice ring to it. I was really excited, and I could not wait to apply. I've never been so excited to fill out an application. I was too eager. I wasn't paying attention to class. Anyways, so let's fast forward to the day when I received notice of which organization I'd be working at for the summer. I like to think of my journey in public interest communications as apprehensive excitement. And the reason why is because when I found out that I'd be working at Greenpeace for the summer, I was a little unsure. I had a combination of thoughts and feelings. I was not largely familiar with environmental issues whatsoever. I mean, I thought I was environmentally friendly. I recycled. I didn't like people who littered. I knew air and water pollution was bad. But that was about the extent of my knowledge. I didn't really know what was really going on in the environment until I began working at Greenpeace. And this was my aha moment during my journey, because I realized that social change, environmental issues and social change issues at large are bigger than me and are bigger than us. And so I asked myself how I could become an agent of broader systemic change and change the world and get people to think about what's being advocated. So at Greenpeace, we use really effective and strategic ways to drive the messages behind our campaigns. And when I began working at Greenpeace, I was introduced to one of our largest ongoing campaigns, which was Save the Arctic. And that basically helps prevent big companies from oil drilling and industrial fishing in the Arctic region, because it is melting, like right now still, as I speak. And so in July of 2014, last summer, I got to work on this cool project where basically Greenpeace wanted to end Lego, the toy company, had a relationship with Shell, a 50-year relationship with Shell. And Shell is one of the largest and leading companies that exploits the Arctic region for oil. And so a creative way that we got supporters, Greenpeace supporters, and just environmental supporters in general, to talk about the issue, we got supporters to use this fun online tool called Protest-O-Matic. And basically, it's an online tool where people can make their own digital signs, kind of like that, with the little, yeah, like that. And they got to make their own signs, talking about how much they hated the relationship with Lego and Shell, and it's just interesting because one of my favorite toy companies since childhood had a 50-year relationship with Shell, and I wouldn't have known that until I began working there. And we received hundreds of submissions. I even made a few myself. I didn't make this one, though. And then we took it a step further. We turned a few of the submissions, the submissions into real 3D signs, and we got Greenpeace campaigners to go out and take the signs, and they dressed as huge Legos. And they went to the flagship store in New York City and protested outside of the store. And I go to that store still, and I'm 22, so I was like, I don't know, it was really great. I wasn't there to attend, but I got to see it on Twitter. It was blowing up on Twitter. And one of the coolest ways that I got to help out with this project was by creating media and non-media, like a media and non-media contact list. And I reached out to the people. The contact lists were people who were located near the Lego store that would probably be interested in spreading awareness about this issue and about the protest that's happening right now, or then. And so I got to make that list, and I got to reach out to them via social media and tell them to come on over, take pictures, spread awareness. That's the whole point. And it was very successful. We had hundreds of spectators, and it was awesome. And so at Greenpeace, during my experience at Greenpeace, I learned that it takes a lot of strategizing and understanding to get people to want to act on what's being advocated. Public interest communications answers questions like, how can I appeal to the general public? How can we get the public to understand that environmental issues and social change issues at large are relevant to us on a local, national, and global level? And how can I make the light bulb go off for others? And I was surprised just to see how relevant public interest communications is during last summer. It was just amazing. It's relevant because everything that happens now, basically things are happening now, and we need to make a change for the future. And the Arctic is melting as I speak. It's a huge region, but if you look at the history of it, it's diminished. It's diminishing. And so, sitting around and hoping that the person next to you will sign a petition or participate in a climate march is not really doing anything. And it affects all of us. So it's about what's happening now and what we can do to change the future. And so yeah, basically that was it. And no, that's not it. That's not it. That was it. And so, let me just take a look at my notes. So, yeah, so the Arctic is important because it helps regulate the global climate. Everything that happens in public interest communications happens for a reason. And the reason that Greenpeace launched this campaign, which is one of our longest and ongoing campaigns, is because it's happening now and it affects people and everybody around us. And so it is now my senior year in college, and I don't feel as stuck as I did. I actually don't feel stuck at all. I have a clear direction, and my fellowship, my experience at my fellowship and my experience in public interest communications didn't end at my fellowship. It gave me more direction in what I wanted to do, and I now intern at a nonprofit that prevents homelessness and poverty in the DC area called Community Family Life Services, and I'm a communications and marketing intern. And so it gave me more direction, and we'll see where I go after I graduate, but public interest communications and this fellowship as a whole definitely helped. So I just want to say thank you to Shondell Ayala, Burness, the fellows who are over there, they're awesome, hi, and just the Corral Advisory Board as a whole. So thank you so much.